Hey everybody, welcome back to the Right Amount of Rant podcast. For those eagle-eared among you out there, you may have noticed that the name has changed. It used to be called Right Amount of Rage, but after this sexy Argentinian traitor over here decided to tell me that apparently Captain America's better than Iron Man, I wasn't gonna do the Right Amount of Rage podcast with him anymore. So in order to stay a man true to my words, I decided to entirely rebrand the name slightly. So welcome to the Right Amount of Rant podcast. And so we're happy to have you here. We've got some topics we'd like to discuss with you. Hopefully these are going to entertain you to some degree. And we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing I have off the block was something that I was made aware of. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't even do this. This is entirely unprofessional of me. For those unaware, my name is Adam, also known as Rival in most circles.
And my name is Julian, also known as Julian.
Also known as Julian, that treacherous bitch over there. I am in the United States. Julian is currently living in Argentina. And we're going to discuss some of the differences between the U.S. and Argentina here in just a little bit. So here we go. We're going to start off with something I was made aware of just yesterday. Some people call it the lighter fluid challenge. Some people call it a couple of other things. But most importantly, in most circles, it's known as the fire challenge. Julian, do you know what the fire challenge is?
I have no idea, and it sounds stupid already.
It is. Are you familiar with what the Tide Pod challenge was in America?
Cannot remember it, but fill me in, please.
Okay. Do you know what a Tide Pod is? Are you familiar with what Tide is? Do you know what dish detergent is? Do you wash laundry?
Yes.
Okay. You know what laundry detergent is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So laundry detergent.
Soap they use for washing.
Yes. Essentially, so Tide is essentially just a detergent. That's all it is.
Oh.
Okay. Now, Tide Pods. A Tide Pod is this pre-manufactured thing that you put in your clothes washer, and
does it look like a candy?
It does the job. It's pre-measured and all this stuff. But of course, it had colorful like blues and oranges and whites and stuff. So supposedly a bunch of kids thought it was candy and they ate it. But of course, this is actually laundry detergent, and it could potentially kill them. Now, here's the thing about the Tide Pod challenge, to get back all the way around to the fire challenge, was that mostly teenagers. It was mostly teenagers. Kids who absolutely knew that this was not candy were eating it and filming it. And like they were shoving it in their face holes and all that stuff. And yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's what they were doing. And people, oh my God, we got to have Tide. They were telling Tide they need to remake the colors on it. Really? Because your stupid ass teenagers can't figure out not to put dish detergent in their mouth. For children, I legitimately understand. For teenagers who already know better, no, get out of here. So that brings us back to just America's just natural selection is playing a heavy role in America nowadays with things like the Tide Pod challenge and the fire challenge. For those uninitiated, I had to look this up yesterday. You can also Google it along with me. The fire challenge is essentially, okay, someone takes something flammable, preferably a liquid, and they pour it on their skin. Okay? Something like lighter fluid or the like of that. And then, do you want to guess what happens next, Julian?
You light it up?
You light it on fire.
Jesus!
Yeah. And the first thing that pops up when you Google fire challenge, 12-year-old girl seriously burned during fire challenge. No shit! Have you never heard the phrase, don't play with fire? This could not be more on the nose. Do I feel bad for her? Yes. Yes, the poor girl suffered third-degree burns over 49% of her body. She's got multiple surgeries in order to fix this coming up. She's got a lot of stuff that she has to do to fully recover. But at the same time, who thought this would be a good idea?
The girl, apparently.
No, I have a feeling the 12-year-old girl kind of got pressured into doing it. I have a weird feeling that peer pressure played a part in that. But all these other people, like I see a dude on here that says, warning graphic, when fire challenge goes wrong. Fire challenge always goes wrong. But here's a video of it where a guy with no shirt on put a bunch of lighter fluid on his chest and it engulfed his face.
Oh, God.
But this is a thing that happens. Why is this a thing that happens in modern day America? Julian, do you know in Argentina, do people do stupid stunts like this?
I cannot think of anyone doing that. I mean, the weirdest thing I've seen is just skateboarding, and that's basically it. But
I would not really compare skateboarding to the fire challenge, but all right. I was talking like, do they eat stuff that they know is going to be bad for them?
Raise your hands if you ever tried peanut butter mayo sandwich.
No one can see you, Julian.
I did. I know.
And you also earned $5. You really...
Yay. It was not worth it, though.
Yeah, it was not worth it.
But
I don't know how much you spent on the peanut butter or the mayonnaise. I don't know if you made your money back.
You'll be surprised.
Really? Well, point is that to slightly get on a different topic. When I first met Julian, I dared him on a stream. I said, you know what? I dare you to eat a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich, who my friend Kat swears is some of the most tasty, delicious things she's ever put in her mouth. And yet,
my God.
Julian was like, I'm going to vomit. This is disgusting.
Yep. Well, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the worst thing ever. It's not that I was about to vomit. Although I did spend the entire day with stomach pains. So. Oh,
okay. That's totally different. So here's the thing, though, is that what was the thing that you followed up with?
Oh my goodness. Are we bringing that up? Okay.
Yes, we're bringing that up now because you kind of brought up the sandwiches. We're going from this. Clearly, you're the only person in Argentina doing dumb stuff, so we really need to kind of bring up you.
Hey, it's because it was skateboarding like US people.
No. Well, I mean, we're talking about dumb stuff, not necessarily U.S. And
I did get paid.
I asked in Argentina if there's anything that kind of stands out. You were like, "Yeah, skateboarding. That's a really low bar here in America."
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm aware of that. But that's the most extreme thing you will see in my country, at least at the very top of it, actually.
At most.
There we go. Thank you. So after the peanut butter sandwich, like 2 months later, I think, I've been there to drink a peanut butter banana mayo smoothie.
Yeah, and you did that. And why did you do that?
Not only I did that because I got paid for it, although I got underpaid. Paid for it. I got underpaid. And
hold on. Did you get paid the agreed upon amount?
Yes, although
then you weren't really underpaid.
I agree one thing. I should have asked for more.
Oh, no, 100%. I told you should have asked for more. I told you that before you did it, and I was just, okay, all right.
Now,
all right, you do you, Captain.
Let me recap. Peanut butter, banana, mayo, as in mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
Or you could just say mayo like most fat Americans. I want some mayo.
I want some mayonnaise.
I don't know what that is, and you keep your Spanish out of my podcast, please.
Okay, it's basically a Spanish version of mayo. Anyways, I again got paid for that, and again I made a video of it, and on that one I almost vomited.
You did, and yet the thing was, the whole thing about that was you're supposed to taste it. You finished it.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yes, that was a mistake.
Don't do that.
By the way, anyone who wants to see these videos, you can search for them on the YouTube with, by the way, yeah, I'm aware that I said on the YouTube. You can search for it on YouTube at that one Argentinian gamer. So you can go over and check out his gameplay, but most importantly, search for those two. You're going to know exactly which ones they are immediately. The thumbnail tells you exactly. So, yeah, no,
they are on the Let's Dare list, so it should be there. It's like episode 13 or 14, if memory serves correctly.
All right. So yeah, no. So apparently people are going around, to bring it back on topic of the fire challenge.
Yes.
Is that people are intentionally putting lighter fluid or other flammable liquids on themselves and lighting it on fire.
I mean, I understand some people being masochists, but why?
Why? Natural selection is strong, brother. I don't know.
Jeez.
Here, I'll read the official wiki on it, all right? Here we go. Fire challenge is an activity which refers to an application of flammable liquids to one's body and then setting the liquids aflame while being video recorded.
Oh my
The footage is then posted to social media sites. Firefighters, police, and media sources have criticized and spoken out against the activity. Well, God, I would hope so. Hoping to dissuade individuals from trying it due to its harmful nature. The first known fire challenge video was uploaded in 2012. We are very far behind on this curb.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but it is on Wikipedia. It is on Wikipedia. It's official, everybody.
Oh, no, it's absolutely. So here's something. For those that don't know, I live in Kentucky, and it mentions Kentucky. It mentions Kentucky.
Oh, my.
I got to read this. It mentions Kentucky.
Oh,
immediately,
my. Let's see.
First through second degree burns are the direct results of undergoing the activity. First to second degree burns are the minimum you're going to get out of this by lighting yourself on fire. One teenager from my home state of Kentucky who participated in the challenge described the sequence subsequent pain as, quote, unbearable.
You don't say. You don't say.
I don't know why I'm laughing. This is a horrible thing to laugh at. The point of it is, yes, there's an actual phrase that says don't play with fire because you're gonna get burned. That's the phrase. And it's usually meant to be like, don't mess with that. It's gonna come bite you back at the end. Like it's gonna have negative consequences. That's usually what it's meant for. It's usually meant as a metaphor. This one is literal. Don't play with fire. Oh my God. You're gonna get burned. I don't know. Like, do I wish... It cannot
be any more literal than that.
It could not. It literally could not be more literal than that. Now, here's the thing. I don't wish anyone any kind of pain like this. This is horrific. I don't want these people to suffer like this. At the same time, I don't know what to say beyond, why are you doing this? You're not going to be popular with that burned ass face of yours. So,
or maybe yes, but you're gonna be recognized as that one stupid idiot.
That one stupid idiot who
subjected themselves to fire challenge.
Yes, and it just
at this point now. Oh my God! At this point, I will take the ice bucket challenge.
Oh my God! Hold on. At the bottom of it, it lists a whole bunch of other challenges.
Oh my God! The references?
Oh no. Yes. Oh my. Internet challenges and dares. There's the bottle flipping dare, which is literally just flip a bottle, have it land on its end.
That isn't offensive.
No, it's not offensive. I didn't say offensive. I just said these are challenges.
It won't hurt.
Probably.
I mean, it will hurt you if you hit yourself with it, but if you manage to pull that stunt.
Okay. Cinnamon challenge. Do you know of that?
You told me about it, and I fully rejected that idea.
The objective of the challenge is to film yourself eating a spoonful of ground cinnamon in under 60 seconds without drinking anything. Have you ever seen someone attempt that? It's impossible. Your body rejects it.
Oh God.
And you literally, your body will not allow you to swallow that much. Your body rejects it, and you end up coughing and hacking because you can't do it. Your body will not let you do it.
It's basically like choking.
Yeah, in a way. Of course, there's always the hot pepper challenge. We always know that. You got the milk chugging, which is,
Oh God. I mean, I'm not the guy who goes around eating spicy food, but oh boy. I'm just remembering things like that one day you took me to eat chicken wings, and I saw you eating down those spicy chicken wings. I'm like, I can barely take one. Imagine just I
ate 9 of them, you pussy.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to challenges. Dude, I want to send you a ghost pepper or a ghost pepper chip.
Oh God,
the Dorito chips. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I'm familiar with ghost pepper, but
are you familiar with Doritos?
Of course.
Okay. Well, they make special chips that are quote infused with the spiciest shit on the planet. And it's called the One Chip Challenge. That one I know. I dared Hack to do this with me, by the way. Our friend Hack my computer. I dared him to do it with me, and he said he wouldn't do it. He's too much of a chicken. He won't do it. So one last, I do want to do it with somebody. And Julian is, Julian, I'll give you $5 to do it. Are you down? $5 seems to be your going price for banana and mayo sandwiches and disgusting smoothies. I think $5 to burn you from front to back. It seems like a good deal.
Now, I was going to bring up something about our economy, but $5 is $5. It's a pretty good deal.
Julian's basically a whore for $5. So it's a non-sexual dare me whore. Is that what you want?
I'm not gonna say no. That's a sad thing.
That's really sad. So there's also one on here, and we're gonna get on to different topics, but I've never heard of this one before, called the Banana Sprite Challenge. It is a challenge in which players quickly consume 2 or more bananas and then 1 liter of Sprite without vomiting. Oh no.
What is it like?
That would make me vomit straight up. Oh my God.
Like mint and Coke?
No. You've had a banana, surely, right? Being down in Argentina.
Nah, not at all. Yes, I have.
I feel like you might be a lying son of a gun. So, okay, but a full liter of Sprite. Now, Sprite is...
Oh, God. 1 liter?
Yeah, a liter of Sprite. Yeah, that bubbly, fizzly, like lemon lime soda that's really carbonated, and you get... I get a lot of gas from drinking it.
I know what Sprite is, so.
Drink 2 bananas and eat a liter of Sprite, and see if you don't vomit. God. Like, do it as quickly as possible.
I mean,
I would vomit from eating 2 bananas really quick.
I mean, I can barely take down any kind of soda, like, what, a cup of it? Now, 1 liter? Jesus.
Yeah, no.
That alone is a lot.
Americans come up with some really dumb stuff. Really dumb stuff. What is the condom challenge?
What?
Oh, God!
The condom challenge?
Yeah, the condom challenges are 2 viral internet challenges. The first is a challenge involving snorting a latex condom through one's navel capacity and into the back of their throat to pull it out of their mouth. The second challenge is where a water-filled condom is dropped onto a person's head like a water balloon. Yeah, no, so apparently they're snorting condoms. Or they were.
Hang on, I need to go to the other room to screen this, so I'll be back in a second.
No, you won't. Get back here. So, all right.
Why? There we go. I got it out of my system.
That was, you didn't, I gotta be honest, it didn't sound like you left the room.
That's because I'm talking. I have my headset for our call, and the microphone is for the recording, so yeah, that's basically it. So he hear it up front next to the microphone, so yeah. That's why he felt like I didn't screen from the other room.
Whatever there, boss. You got a little too technical for me. All right, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Fire Challenge is just a long list of, like, there's going to be more dumb stuff, I guarantee it. So, Americans, we pride ourselves on our stupidity, I guess. All right, so with that said, we're going to move on to a slightly different topic. And this one is going to kind of roll into the second one. And so, Julian, what was that about the Switch you wanted to talk about?
Oh, is it worth getting a Switch nowadays?
I realized that the theme and tone of everything just shifted from stupid Americans to, hey, these casual electronics. Should we buy these?
Casual?
Yes, the Switch is casual.
Or is it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, a lot of people getting this, and with the advent of the Switch
do you see anyone going super hardcore competitive on the Switch?
I mean, you have Mario Kart, you have Splatoon.
All right, we'll just split the hairs and say I'm right. So, what about, okay, you only bought a Switch after you came to America and tested out mine. So I have to ask, with all that you've done and all the games and everything that you've had, and well, tell me your thoughts on the Switch before buying it, after buying it. Give me a little bit of a review on that.
Okay, so as many people know from our circle, I'm a PC gamer. I used to be a guy who would play console games. I started off with the Genesis and Nintendo, the NES, sorry. Then PlayStation 2, 3, and then PC. All of a sudden, I got a powerful PC to play all kind of games I wanted. And I was so afraid to get the Switch because I wanted to get something fancy from my trip to the US.
Fancy? You thought that is fancy?
Dude, you want to know how much does this Switch cost today? Yes. I'll do some research while I'm telling.
I don't know. Don't call me on my bluffs. Yeah, tell me.
So, I was really skeptical on getting the Switch. I talked to friends all over the planet, pretty much, telling them or asking them, is it worth getting the Switch? Because I wanted to get it, but I was so scared. Because I'm mainly a PC gamer. I don't do consoles anymore, like I said earlier. And there were so many things that convinced me to get one, and so many that didn't. Basically, I wanted to get the Switch for the exclusivity, like, let's say Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. But then there's also the entire library I can get on PC. So I was like, do I really want to get one? And
I think a lot of people probably share that feeling.
yeah, I even brought that topic on Reddit, and I got bombarded by
that topic. Oh no, not that topic.
Yes, I brought that topic on Reddit, and I got bombarded with hate comments.
Well, hold on, why? Because you were basically asking if you should buy a Switch?
Because apparently I'm not the one and only guy who did that, of course, in the internet. Everybody asked that. And people were sick of that question.
So you should have done research before you asked.
But I did. That's the thing. I did, and I couldn't find a reasonable point to get the Switch. Aside from the exclusive games and the portability. Oh my god, that's a hard word.
Portability.
Thank you. So, prices for the Switch in my country. It is 30,000 pesos.
All right, now tell me, what is that in real money?
Divided by... I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. It's not real money.
I'm saying it to be offensive. I'm not saying it for... All right.
That'll be $1,500.
Holy what?
I'm not kidding. Wait, hang on.
Hold on, that does not...
Oh, yeah, no. Whoopsies. $523. Maybe.
$1,500? Holy crap. Hold on.
I wouldn't be surprised, though. No. It's $523. I paid mine $312, including taxes, of course.
Right now, ours is about $300.
Yep. That's how much I paid. Well,
here's the thing, and this kind of rolls into the... So, before we go on to the next topic, real quick, Julian, after everything that you suffered through, after everything that you kind of went to try and figure it out, you came to America, and you spent a week with me playing my Switch, essentially.
Yes.
What was your takeaway from that?
Well, as a PC gamer, and given the games that are coming out to the Switch nowadays, I think it was 100% worth it. I love every single second I spend with the Switch.
Ooh. And even with Smash Brothers? Ooh, you went silent.
90% of the time I spend on the Switch. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't like that game. And I bought it because a Switch without Smash Brothers is not a Switch. Fight
wow,
me.
Peer pressure.
At me. Oh my god.
Oh, really? You're gonna fight somebody? Oh, okay. So if anybody want to get
I'll fight you in Smash.
Anybody wants to get a hold of Julian on his social media accounts, you can find him at that one Argentinian gamer or at Julian in before. And you can So hit him up on the tweets, or you can hit me up at Rival Phoenix, and I'll pass along your criticisms or your compliments. I'll be happy to do that.
All right, yeah. Bring it. But
Absolutely.
yeah, no, it was worth every single dollar I spent on it. And there's so many games that are coming exclusive to the Switch, and there's some games that I dare to say I prefer them. I prefer to play them on the Switch than on PC. One of them being, for example, Tetris 99. That's not exclusive. My bad. Crypt of the Necrodancer works pretty well on the Switch.
I thought Tetris 99 was exclusive.
It is exclusive, but okay. I mean, it's Tetris. Come on, you can play it anywhere, except for the fact that you cannot play it online. Except if you play it on Tetris Friends.
You can play it anywhere, 100%.
Yes. Crypt of the Necrodancer works surprisingly well with the controller, and it plays better on the Switch, in my opinion. Although you don't have the option to modify the sprites and the voice lines, which I did once, and I thought it was hilarious.
You put naked dancing girls in there, didn't you? Oh, I was just shooting in the dark, and you got quiet.
I mean.
Wow,
No.
a straight up denial would have worked better than. Okay, fine. All right. So here's the thing.
Am I too late?
You
Am
would
I too late
have.
for that? Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
What?
Am I too late for that? No, I did not add naked sprites on my game.
I'm both ashamed and proud of you at the same time. So yeah, no. Okay. So here's the thing. You would have bought a Switch in your country if, the prices weren't terrible, right?
Of course.
But you came to
I would
America,
have.
and when you came to America, that was one of the things that you bought. Now, that kind of brings us into the next topic of Argentinian rules on out-of-country items, video games, and services and the whatnot. Now, you can hear the sigh of just sort of like
a defeated man.
From Julian right there. And here's the thing: is that it is. I don't know very much about it. I'm also American. I don't know much about other countries. So we're going to kind of take a bit of we're going to take a Argentinian minute and let Julian tell us about how much his country screws him over with certain stuff. Like I know, for example, I know one thing was you had to get on our Nintendo Switch family plan in order to play online because your country would not allow you to do that.
Actually, that is incorrect.
Oh, I thought that's what you told me.
No. What I can't do is buy games on the Switch if my region is set in Argentina. I have no eShop on the Switch. I gotta buy them from their website, which prices are converted to pesos, which in a way turns out to be cheaper. But I gotta use my credit card. I gotta pay in pesos, and I prefer using PayPal, which I'm using for the Switch, which is amazing. But I'm from the States on my Switch. If you look at my profile, it would say
American.
that I'm from the States. Yeah.
It says good old USA. So, but why does Argentina, okay, for example, when you came to the United States, there was an issue with your country won't even let you shoot guns in our country. Like we went to a gun range. We were going to show you guns for the first time. And your country has their citizens on a list that says the U.S. is not allowed to let you shoot guns.
That I can't really answer because I have no idea what the country has with us shooting guns in the States.
I don't know either. That's the curious thing. I don't know.
I'll be honest here. I don't approve the idea of owning a gun because of the implications that comes with. But I mean,
I wholeheartedly approve owning guns, and I own several myself.
Yeah, that's because you grew up used to that.
No,
yeah, if you see someone with a gun, it's basically
that's actually not true.
Huh?
I did not grow up around guns.
But I mean, you grew up knowing that owning a gun is legal.
Yes.
Here, if you see someone holding a gun, mainly it's illegal. First one is illegal. Second, they're gonna rob you. That's basically it.
Well, first of all, you're already assuming someone's motive, mister.
I mean, that's basically what happens here. When you see someone with a gun, it's gonna point at your head and start, unless they're wearing a police suit.
And then they're gonna point it at your head and demand you do what they tell you to. So here's the thing. What about Argentina do you think is... Well, I've heard you complain a number of times about things that are, some of the stuff. Like, what are some of the stuff that Argentina does that you... Argentina does that you are just, unsure? Like, why do you do this? This doesn't make sense. Why do you punish your citizens like this?
It's more of a... It's not just one issue. It's like a pile of issues that ends up turning the country around it's not just one issue, basically.
Okay, what's one thing that you remember complaining about specifically?
I keep complaining about everything. Prices going sky high because of the devaluation of our currency. Insecurity. That's main, and that's the top topic I keep complaining about. Insecurity.
What about Mario Tours?
Yeah, Mario Tour. I cannot get that because I don't know. It says on Google Play. It says pre-register. Why? Because
First
my country
of all, why
sucks,
is it
man.
on Google Play?
I mean, it's a mobile game. Didn't you know that?
No, I did not. Nintendo typically doesn't often do a lot of mobile games, although it appears that they're slipping into that.
They made 3, if memory serves correctly. We have, well, I think, they made one. Well, no, there are actually more. We have Pokemon Go, Pocket Monster or something like that. It's basically a Minecraft version of Pokemon that I don't want to bother with.
I mean, Pokemon translates to Pocket Monster.
Yeah, I know. We have the newest release Pokemon game, which name was... Hang on, I have it. I never played it, though. Where is it?
So ultimately, I'm trying to discuss...
Pokemon Master.
Yeah, whatever it is. I've gotten away from the Pokemon games for quite a while. So I know there are certain things like services and whatnot that you cannot get within your country. Like if you want to do something, you can't do it because your country, for whatever reason, bars you from doing that.
Yeah, or I gotta adjust to what they want me to do instead. Although I cannot confirm that much because there isn't really anything I want to do that they want me to do. But I know if I want to, if I want to get something from other countries, I gotta do a work around it. In fact, we have a service called Grab that has people traveling around the world to get something you ask them to get.
Well, hold on. You're saying that this company sends people to countries to pick up items?
For you, yeah. Let's say I want to get a Switch from the States. I get this website, the link. I tell them how much it costs, and around that they'll give you a final price, which still ends up being cheaper than trying to get it from here.
How is that possible? You're sending a human being on what I imagine is a plane to go to a place to get it.
That's right. I have no idea. I don't 100% know how it works, but
how can your country blast up the prices so much that literally sending someone to go and get it and come back is cheaper?
Devaluation, taxes, and because my country sucks, man.
Okay, well, all right.
I know that's not I know that last one is not a legit reason.
I don't know. It can be a legit reason for a lot of people, so why not you too?
Well, I complain about that all the time.
Yes, which is why I thought, honestly, I honestly expected you to have more fervor on this particular topic.
Well, all I can say right now is that...
That's the first time I've been able to use the word fervor.
All I can say at the minute is that we're about to vote for a new president, and the country is falling apart.
Yay! So on to better and more uplifting topics.
Yes, please.
All right, so there's a lot of things that happen. TwitchCon either is currently going on or did go on. I don't know. I didn't go. So with that said, I know a lot of people. First of all, if anybody doesn't know, I'm a streamer who's currently taking a hiatus from streaming because it stressed me out to try and keep up with the monotony of it, the rigmarole, all that stuff. But I do keep up with the people that I have on there that I like, and I do keep up on news with Twitch and Mixer to a certain extent. And one of the things that did happen, like I mentioned, was TwitchCon. TwitchCon came out, and it's all the people from Twitch going there, and Twitch makes all these big announcements and stuff. Now, there's one thing that happened that was very interesting. Everybody remembers not long ago, Mixer paid Ninja, one of the top streamers in the world, a lot of money to go and stream exclusively on their platform and get away from Twitch. Now, Twitch did not like that. They ended up accidentally playing porn on his channel. Whoops. And there's a whole bunch of social media fallouts and faux pas that took place. But the big thing was that Twitch apparently now sees Mixer as a legitimate competitor, because in the many years that Twitch has been around, they have never once rolled an ad out for Twitch. Or at least that's what all the news articles I'm reading say. And do you know what they did the other day?
What did they do?
They launched an ad campaign. They actually launched an ad campaign, and it was talking about stuff, if I remember correctly. It said, for all your hottest games, your favorite memes, and your favorite way to spell the word favorite. And they spelled it with a U because, I don't know, they felt like being European and stupid for a minute.
Because fancy.
U's are not fancy. U's are not fancy at all. Stop putting unnecessary letters in my words. Thank you, Britain. So here's the thing is that they did that, and they completely rebranded the entire Twitch website. And if you look real closely, if you pay attention,
have a look,
and you go and check it out, it looks a lot like Mixer now. So there's like, hey, you spend time in this channel, you get channel only currency and you get channel only rewards. Like, do you mean like Mixer does? Do you mean like how Mixer does it over the entire platform instead of just channel to channel? Oh, yeah. And they got all kinds of stuff going on, this, that, and the other. And it's like they're trying to twist it into another Twitch, or into another Mixer, excuse me. And like, oh my God. And of course I saw an article. I didn't even read the article because I cannot stand Kotaku. It's full of its own shit. And it's an awful, if you write for Kotaku, if you write for Kotaku, please see a surgeon and have your head removed from your ass. It's horrible. It's a horrible website. It's the dumbest topics come out of Kotaku, and here's one of them. Now, as someone who's watched a lot of Twitch, I can tell you that the ads on Twitch are a pain in the ass. They're a pain because they're usually the same 3 or 4 of them, and they're very long, and it doesn't make me want to buy anything. What's up?
Wait, you still get ads from being from paying for the Twitch Prime?
Oh yeah, no, they took that away a while back. Yeah, you have to sub to a channel to get ad-free viewing. Twitch Prime no longer does it, which is one way they devalued the Twitch Prime thing. But here's the thing: that's
one kick in the balls.
Kotaku, and I didn't even read the article because I was just so upset with just the title. It said Twitch is making. Hold on, can I pull that up? Hold on, let me see if I can find the exact thing.
Bring it.
Yes, bring it. The whole thing is that it was like Kotaku. Twitch is making ads less annoying. No, they're not. Since the rebranding, I've gone over there and I've checked it out. They're longer and they're less interesting than they were before. I don't want to buy any of this stuff. This is garbage. Stop with so many ads. If you reload the page, guess what happens?
You get a new ad?
You get a new ad. But hold on. No. Let's be clear here. It's not a new ad. It's the same ad you just got done watching. But you had to reload because chat wouldn't show up.
Oh,
so you had to reload. Oh, and heaven forbid if you go to somebody else's channel and you check something else out, guess what? Bam, another ad. Bam, another ad. And then if you decide to go back to the original channel, bam, another ad. Oh, God, they're making ads less annoying. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, right.
So
oh my God.
Here's the thing is that Twitch is coming out with this ad campaign where they're talking about we've got your favorite games, we've got your favorite streamers, we've got your favorite memes, and how we've got the controversy on how to spell the word favorite with a U. And it's just shut up, Twitch. God, I hate you.
Oh no.
And I know you're patronizing me right now, but that's not the point. The point is that you spell favorite without a U. Meats, I love you. Sorry, leave. So the point is, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know what I was just saying, my cat named Meaty or Meats just came in here and tried to jump in my lap, and I ain't having none of his guff right now.
Meats.
Yes, little baby Meats. Stop looking at me with those eyes. I'll give in. Stop. Leave, please. Leave.
Remember,
leave,
he almost broke your router.
He did.
So
It's all right. When he's so soft. When he passes, I'm turning him into mittens. I don't care. Oh, he's gonna be so soft. Anyway, he's gonna live on forever, keeping my fingers warm. So the point is that Twitch is clearly intimidated by Mixer to a certain degree, and they're trying to pull people back. I know a lot of streamers that used to do, stream on Twitch that have actually moved over to Mixer since. And I got to be honest, from what I've noticed, their growth is much faster on Mixer than it is on Twitch. Like, significantly faster. They also seem happier, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. So, yeah, Twitch is doing all this stuff. They're doing the rebranding. But of course, along with their rebranding, they're doing something else is also going on in the streaming realm. For anyone who cares about streaming, is that Logitech, the big company that handles mice and keyboards and other stuff, they're a very big company that handles all those things. They
a company I'm in love with.
I personally really like their stuff. They do great work. They bought Streamlabs. That is what? They bought Streamlabs. I forget exactly how much. Let me Google that. But yeah, no, they announced it during TwitchCon that they bought Streamlabs, and
jeez,
they're doing
Logitech
Stream.
I mean, kudos for Logitech.
Labs buy.
I think that's a wow. I think that's a
for $89 million. Logitech bought Streamlabs for $89 million.
Jesus.
Yep. So,
I mean, I don't know how much Streamlab was making, but $80 million.
$89 million. Let's not even. It's basically 89. $90 million at this point. The point is that, first of all, I don't know why they did it. I'm sure it makes sense to them. They had $89 million burning a hole in their pocket. And they just felt like, let's buy something. The point was that when I actually used Streamlabs, I was unimpressed. I was very unimpressed. Their stuff crashed all the time.
Hang on, wasn't Streamlabs sponsored by? Sorry, wasn't Logitech sponsored by Streamlabs at some point?
I have no idea. I know they've partnered at some point.
Well, maybe that would add to the cause.
Maybe Streamlabs was sponsored by Logitech.
Maybe they were hiddenly buying it before
yes.
It was official.
They were hiddenly doing things. So, I mean, maybe. I don't know. We don't know how long it's been in the works, but that's not really the point. The point ultimately is that Logitech bought out Streamlabs, a streaming assistant service that has like alerts and all this other stuff on there. Bought it for $89 million, and nobody saw this coming, and nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
That's the important thing to take away from this. I know I'm kind of like, I'm surprised this happened. I am shocked that it happened because I don't really see this benefiting Logitech in any way. But at the same time, every tweet I've seen, every person I've talked to, everyone who, is in the streaming communities and whatnot, the people that this would directly affect in some way, could not care less.
Huh.
They don't care. They straight don't care. So I don't see how this benefits Logitech. It's just something I don't know. It's really weird. So, and the last thing, we're getting toward the end here. With we've got about 13 or so minutes left, and there's a topic near and dear to me. But before we get to that one, we're going to go to Julian. Julian, what is the next? What was the next topic you had prepared for us today?
The next topic I have for us today is what video game moments scarred you?
Me?
It scarred you.
Scarred me.
Yes.
Scary video games.
Not necessarily.
Are we talking emotionally scarred?
Yeah.
What video game moments emotionally
scarred? Yes.
Left me wounded.
Yes. That's it. I can think of one, but I'll be bringing spoilers, although it's a game from 1990, so 1999.
Spoiler warning for what game?
Tomba 2 or Tombi 2 for the European people.
Well, yeah, spoilers for a game no one's ever heard of. So click off now.
It is one obscure game that I love, but it kind of hurt me right at the end of the game.
All right, well, get to it, Captain, because I got to know how this thing scarred you.
Okay, so to put it simply here, Tomba 2, it's a 2.5D side scroller adventure game where you go around doing quests, acquiring items, traversing to new levels, all this and all that to stop an evil being, right? The game is
sounds pretty generic to me.
Yes, yeah, but the game is more fun than what I'm trying to describe it.
You're doing such a fantastic job. Please continue.
I know I am. The game is super colorful, super upbeat, super happy, and all the build, all the friendship you make in the game, all the things you acquire throughout, comes to a point to which you get stuck in a place. I mean, after getting all that, the game warns you that once you go through that door, there's no turning back. Basically meaning that is the end of the game. So, you get to this room, you talk to the evil being, it locks you in the door in the room that you've been in, and then you gotta use one of the items you acquired to get out, and you get greeted with a change of music that is super sad, super depressing, and once you get out of the room, everything is in black and white. You even see the person you talk to before entering the room standing still, motionless, yeah. And you're not able to talk to that guy anymore. The game completely freezes. It turns black and white, and it goes super dark, like tunnel vision dark. And all the places you visited that is super bright, super colorful, they are all dead, basically. And
what the hell kind of games are you playing as a kid?
Well, it didn't help that the game wasn't Japanese either, so yeah, imagine the confusion I was.
You didn't get any of the foreshadowing, so you're literally telling me about. By the way, because good for telling us that. By the way, this is a game that I had no idea what the context was because it was in another language.
Hang on. I did replay the game in Spanish. I got the European copy of the game in the end, so I could play it. But I barely could make it to the end of the game without shivering. I had to turn down the volume of the game because the music was so saddening. I couldn't stand it. Then I managed to beat it.
Twice, apparently.
3 times, actually.
Okay, so it was so bad, but you could go back and do it multiple times.
Because, dude, I was 12 by the time I played it. Resident Evil 3 didn't scare me. Spawn, which was a shitty fighting game, didn't scare me, but that moment in particular, it was so unnecessary. It was padding. Come on, it was padding. But it scared the shit out of me. Sorry for the cussing. And
How dare you?
I asked to ask my mom to hide the game because I couldn't stand it.
Oh my sweet heavens! Did you really ask your mother to hide your mother? Your mother? Did you tell your mother?
My mother.
Did you tell your mother to hide the game?
Yeah. Yep. I'm not kidding. And even when I got to the part, then I asked my mom, please stay next by me. I cannot stand this part, me.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding.
All right, so
I'm
not
what? Ashamed to. I'm not ashamed to say that.
Okay.
Admit it. Thank you.
Yes. All right. So you played a game that no one's ever heard of with a scene that you described, hopefully very adequately, and like the only thing I'm going to take away from this is that you asked your mommy to hide the video game from you.
I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm not ashamed.
Okay. Now we can go from a couple of different angles for me. I've got 2 of them. Are we wanting to go for emotionally scarring, or are we wanting to go for, I was horrified?
Let's say that after you got to the part, either quit or beat it, and you didn't think the game felt the same way after that.
Well, I guarantee it didn't, because what I'm going to talk about on the emotional end of things is actually The Walking Dead. Telltale The Walking Dead. I don't know how many people have played that. I know a lot of people have played that game. It's very much. Go ahead.
No, I didn't play it, but I know what the game is all about.
Yes, it starts with a guy named Lee. Now, the thing with Lee is that the very beginning of the series, this 5-part episodic style of gameplay was that Lee was being taken to prison for what you're kind of led to believe is murder. But you take control of Lee after the car crashes and there's zombies everywhere. Walking Dead, welcome to Zombieville. So, and you kind of lead him through. And one of the first things you do in the very first episode is you find a girl named Clementine. Now, there's a young, helpless girl who's been left at home alone. Her babysitter has been zombified, and she's hiding to try and save herself, and she's looking for her parents. She's alone. She's scared. You immediately feel for this child. Now, the other side of that is that Lee is actually a really good guy. Now, whatever caused him to do whatever happened before this series started, we don't actually totally find out anything about that. That's not really important. Oh. But what you do know is that over the course of 5 episodes, you really bond with this girl and you really feel for Lee and his struggles and everything, because it's The Walking Dead. It's the apocalypse. It sucks.
Yeah.
And at the very end, Clementine makes a boo-boo, and spoilers, she gets tricked into running away from Lee. And Lee has to track her down and try and find her and save her. So essentially, what happens after that is Lee gets bitten. Oh. Trying to save Clementine, he gets bitten. Now, depending on the player's choices, there's a couple things you can do. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, because that's Telltale for you. Hey, it changes it a little bit, but ultimately it's the same damn path you're going down. And I cannot see why they went bankrupt. Actually, I know exactly what. Anyway, one of the choices is he was bitten on the arm. One of the choices to do is you can wrap it up and leave it as is and just kind of accept your fate that you're going to zombify, but you want to make sure that you get Clementine safe before that happens. Or you can chop off your arm in hopes of stopping the spreading of the disease.
Oh,
that's one thing. That's horrific, and it's awful, and I don't know why people do it. I did it because I was like, maybe I'll do it. I don't know. But here's the thing. Lee really suffers a lot when you do that, but he also suffers a lot if you don't do it. It doesn't really matter. Ultimately, it's the same path. Ultimately speaking, Lee finds Claudette, saves her from a psychopath, and basically they manage to sort of get away. Now, in the time period of just this one last episode, episode 5, Lee is bitten. Mm-hmm. You either cut off his arm or you don't. You find Clementine, but by the end of the episode, it culminates in this. They are locked in a small shop, kind of looks like a pawn shop. They have pulled down the front, I don't know, whatever, the metal door thing. Looks kind of like a garage door kind of thing going down, locked it down. So zombies couldn't get in. Now they're in there. Now it's just Clementine and Lee. And Lee is going to die. You know Lee is going to die. It's come down to this point. The zombification is finally taking over. He's losing it. He's too weak to continue.
Wait, hang on. Even if you chop off the arm?
Even if you chop off the arm.
Oh.
It all leads, like I said, everything leads to the same point with Telltale. So, basically, Lee asks Clementine to do a couple things. He says, one, I want you to get the handcuffs off of the security officer in the other room who actually happens to be a zombie, and you have to like carefully get that away from him so he doesn't actually bite you and stuff. But at this point, you're actually controlling Claudette. You're not controlling Lee anymore. Lee is laying against the wall. Now there's like a arm rail attached to the wall behind him, above and behind him. He asks Clementine to get the handcuffs. She goes and gets the handcuff. Now, she's crying because she thinks she knows what he's going to ask her to do. And she's right. Ooh. He asks her to handcuff him to that arm bar, that handrail.
Oh, my.
That's what he asks her to do. Now, she's crying, and she's saying things like, please, Lee, don't do this. We can find a cure. We can do this. We can do that. We can get you better. And Lee is saying, he's saying, oh, no, Sweet Pea. That was his little nickname for her. Oh, Sweet Pea, I'm sorry. I can't help you. You just got to take all the things that I taught you, and you got to roll with it. You got to do what you can. You're strong.
Oh, man.
You're stronger than I am. all this stuff. Make sure you keep that hair short. Like he's doing all that last minute. Like I'm gonna reiterate all the shit because I feel my death coming on. And
heroic sacrifice.
Well, at this point, it's not really a sacrifice. It's like I'm gonna die anyway. So the thing is,
oh my God.
At the very end, he asks Claudette to get the guard's gun. He asks Claudette to get the guard's gun because he said, "Sweet pea, I cannot stand the idea of me turning into one of those things.
Oh, no.
I need you to get the gun and put me out of my misery." Now, this is a character that you played as. This is a character that you felt all the weight of the decisions you made with him. And you're seeing the one that you were supposed to protect, Claudette, having to take over. You're literally controlling Claudette. You are controlling Claudette, and you can choose to shoot the gun or not. Either way, in later series, she regrets her choice regardless of which one you pick. So I always picked it to shoot him in the head. That's how I played it. I played it twice. Every time I shot him in the head. So, because I was like, if somebody else has to come in here, they don't need to deal with him. Like, even if he's yanked on if he managed to rip his arm off, I was like, this is just bad situation all around. Shoot him in the head. So, but it was really sad. I genuinely cried at that. A grown man, cried at that because it was so freaking. They built that up. They built it up very well. It was very well done, and I hate them for it. Stop toying with me, you dead company. So it's
bastards.
Yeah, well, they're out of business now, so I don't have to suffer their emotional tyranny anymore. So yeah, no, that was one of the ones that actually scarred me because I walked away going, man, that was messed up. And of course, I didn't play any of the later editions, but I did watch all the later editions with Claudette and everything as she grew up and she had a kid and all this other stuff. So it was actually...
You don't feel like subjecting yourself to that anymore.
Oh, hell no. No.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you this. Another spoiler warning. Waiting for 2 seconds. The very last episode, it's a reflect. The very last episode of the very last season, Claudette has she took over and she like adopted a kid named AJ, and AJ has got kind of like a violent streak to him. But at the very end, Claudette has gotten herself bitten on the leg, and they're in a barn and they're getting ready to be overrun by zombies. And she's telling AJ, "I need you to leave. Just leave. Take this and give me the gun. There's only like 3 bullets left. I'm going to take out what I can, but I need you to sneak out and leave." And like, it's the same kind of scene where she's like getting ready to do this. And he's like, "No, I won't do it. I'm not going to let you go." He's like, "Fine." She's like, "Fine. Tell you what, you keep the gun, go over there, get that axe and axe me in the face. Kill me. Put me out of my misery. Meets, I see you." And
damn.
It cuts right at the end. And from what I've been told, depending on your choices throughout the game, AJ does one of 2 things. He hits you in your face like you ask, or he cuts off your leg.
Oh.
Now, that's my understanding. At the very end, you don't get that choice, is what I've been told. You don't get the choice.
Oh, man.
You tell him what to do, and he's either going to follow your lead or he's not going to follow your lead. So the cool thing is if he decides to cut off your leg, you survive.
But
if he hits you in the face, you don't.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense, but
she lives without her leg. That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay. She lives. Okay.
Yes, I thought I emphasized that with "you live." So
okay. Because I thought maybe she gets stuck with the zombies without a leg.
Oh, yeah, that would just really suck. Like, oh, shit, your leg. Yeah. Use your foot to beat them off of you. I don't know what to tell
you. Use your leg to walk the shit out of the zombies.
Yes, basically. So, yeah, that's it for this. I think we've ran over just slightly on the podcast, but you know what? We're doing all right. I hope you guys like this slightly more chill version. We're going to come back with better topics and everything next time. Just make sure if you want to let us know any kind of topics you want us to have, hit us up on the social medias. You can find me at Twitter at @RivalPhoenix, and Julian here can be found at that one Argentinian gamer. So yeah, hit him up on that. Hit me up on that. Let us know what you would like to hear. We're all about letting our opinions be known. Even when we disagree, we like to let our opinions be known because screw it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. And as always, stay awesome.
Later.